All right, episode 3 of the Three Dudes podcast. We are back in black. Good song, Back in Black.
You are.
Yeah, you're
as always, I am one of your 3 hosts, Easton Bennett, Liam Owens, Broden Wonderlick. Couple dudes on a couch. Back for episode 3. Who would have thought we got this far? But you know, we're too deep.
Why not go for another? Huh?
Why not? Yeah.
You know what? The only way to get out is to get back in. That's what I say all the time.
The only way to get back in is to get out.
No, the only way to get out is to get back in. That's my hangover saying. So like when you're hungover and you wake up in the morning, like, how do I feel better? You got to get back in it, man. Got to go crush another beer.
It works every time.
It does, yeah. So the only way to get out is to get back in. As always, well, not as always. As for episode 3, we're going to read some comments. And you know, we've talked about this back and forth, whether we want to read the comments at the beginning or the end. But we're going to rock and roll with them at the beginning. And then if you guys hate it,
let us know.
Or if we look at the analytics and you guys stop watching, we're going to put them at the end. So these are some comments. We're actually recording this the same day as episode 2. Spoiler. So these comments are actually from episode 1. Brock Green. Our boy Brock.
8 ball.
8 ball. There it is. Wow. You guys are actually hilarious. What did you expect, Brock?
Yeah, I think you know the 3 of us well enough to know
Hey, we're just 3 glue guys. We've been friends since... When did we become friends?
I've known you for quite a while.
Yeah,
Too long, some might say.
Yeah, probably. It's not good for either of us.
I think once this podcast cuts, we're done.
Yeah, if this goes into shambles and crashes and burns, like there's a falling out like Pink Floyd or something, me and you are going to be at each other's throats.
That's all right.
I didn't start hanging out with you till baseball.
Yeah, you came in a little late.
In sophomore, junior year or something?
Well, probably freshman. When I was a freshman, you were a sophomore. Yeah. So, yeah, right there in that Q zone.
If I could remember, I'd absolutely agree with you, but I don't.
Let's say 8 years. Hey, it's our podcast. We can say whatever we want.
That's true.
Whatever
the hell
we can say whatever the hell we want. Sierra Cook. I had no idea Broden was actually smart. He's not, but
I was going to say
he did show up in episode 1. We were talking Genghis. We were talking maps. We were talking. What were you? Oh, yeah, we were talking
Moctezuma.
And Technoctolin.
Then Christopher Columbus landed in Haiti or whatever.
Yeah, and he thought he was India.
Yeah.
Broden's the brain guy on the pod. That's what we're calling him. Broden's the brain guy. He's also the map guy when we go on our friend trips.
Or get kidnapped.
If we get kidnapped and dropped in the middle of France or whatever you said last time, Broden has got us.
That's
styled.
the Louvre. We're in Paris.
Who's in Paris?
Fellows were. Connor Tanney, also a lifelong friend of ours.
Yeah.
Miss you, Connor. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. You guys are pretty hilarious. I'm for sure going to be tuning in from here on out. Well, this is episode 3. So how was episode 2? Because we filmed it.
Let us know.
You know, we were wondering, was it as good as the Conquerors and Explorers? Was it not? But you know, animals, it's a different topic for sure. Some might say it's worse.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the conversation we had.
It was fun. There were some
wild facts in there.
Yeah. There actually was. And there was some banter. Remember me wanting to fight that cougar, which I still think that's all right. Spencer Ellingson. Solid podcast to listen to on these long drives. Is Spencer a truck driver?
No, Spencer, he works out of town. Works for his dad. He does
So he has to get out of town every day, and that's what he listens to?
Yeah. I mean, a little something.
A
little background. I mean.
I appreciate that, Spencer. Hopefully your drive's about an hour and 18 minutes.
Yeah.
It is.
We're 2 for 2.
Is it? I mean, around the
depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
If you're an hour and 18 minutes away from the destination, then it's perfect.
Well, what happens if he crosses over the time zone? And he loses an hour?
You tell me, brain guy. You're the brain guy on the pod.
I think the podcast goes back an hour. He has to re-listen to all of it.
The whole thing again.
It goes to 57 minutes, cuts. He's got to wait 3 minutes before it starts again. That's actually all the comments we got for this because we're gonna save a couple more for the next episode. But thank you guys again for commenting, throwing in your feedback. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you comment on all these. If we screw something up, correct us or try to. But usually we're pretty right. Episode 3, exciting topic. I'm pumped for this one.
I know you are. This is your lifeblood.
Episode 3, gambling. Are you guys gambling aficionados like myself?
I dabble.
Wouldn't say I'm great at it. I mean, I'll hammer some blackjack at the bar, but Other than that, I would like to start doing more sports gambling, but I don't watch a lot of sports.
What's stopping you? Watching sports? Just
Nothing.
that?
Well, it doesn't even. I don't even have to watch sports because I could ask you or you, hey, who should I bet on this week? And you would just tell me, and I'm loose enough with my money. I'd say, man, sounds great.
I would start
Go
giving you wrong answers until you start giving me a cut.
I'll stake you. If I get a 5% cut for every win.
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
not bad. If it's a big win, I'll give you 5%.
Yeah, like $20. I'll take $5.
Why not?
I'll take $4.
That's
$4?
I'll take
That's not that much.
Yeah.
I'll take $2.
$20. $20 at 5%.
$1.
Oh man.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
I think it's $1. Yeah, I don't want. No, it's got to
Yes,
be bigger
it
than
is.
that.
No.
Episode 3, gambling. Also, the comments. We discussed this too. If you guys want to skip through those when we do those, be our guest. Skip through them. Sometimes they suck, but sometimes they're funny when you have people like Lewis.
God, that
Lewis, he loves us.
I can't believe it.
That guy,
I wonder if he listened to episode 2.
he's going to listen to all of them just so he can shit on us for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. What was his bio? Spreading.
His bio was here to spread positive influence or something like that.
Something about love and good energy.
Yeah, and it's like, Lewis,
Apparently not.
you don't know us. We're 3 white dudes. I guess if you want to racially profile us, and that's why we are so privileged to start the podcast, have at it. But we're just here having fun. 3 lifelong friends talking about gambling.
Yeah,
And
that's
then he compared us to JRE, like that we listen to JRE.
Yeah,
Had nothing to do with us doing a podcast.
nothing at all. The thing that had actually, here's a story time. Here's why we started the podcast for you people wondering. Ceramics talk. We used to have that in high school. We'd sit in ceramics class, and we would inflate stories so incredibly far. Someone would start a story, and then someone would add to it and been like, "Oh my gosh!" And then this happens, and then Broden would say, "Oh," and then he gets hit by a car, and then me would say, "Then he slips on a banana peel when he's out in outer space." So it would be inflated, and we're like, "Let's just start a podcast around that. Throw a topic out, see where the world takes us."
That's
It
not
just
what I've been telling people.
Liam's got his own story.
Yeah, I guess we're all doing different
What's
things.
the origin? What origin story are you telling people?
Oh, because I wasn't in ceramics class.
You weren't, but you've
So-
been molded there.
Pretty much. I mean, I would have fit the bill incredibly.
Mhm.
But so I'd been telling people
yeah.
that it was after that trip to Minneapolis that we took
Yep.
that I just said, well, we were just in the car for 8 hours and decided, you know what, we've been bullshitting and talking for the last 7 hours.
It's the same origin story because that is true. He's not lying.
No,
Right,
We're
yeah.
in the car,
Take a trip to Minneapolis and we just start talking. We're like, why not?
and here we
record it.
are.
Why not just
3
record it?
episodes, 3 weeks. And hopefully by now 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Let's get into gambling. We're talking too much. No one cares about our story. They just want to hear us talk about gambling. So there's 2 main types of gambling. There's chance-based, and there is skill-based. So chance-based, this is like playing the lottery, roulette, bingo, gaming machines like slot machines. The results are random, and you can't influence whether you win or lose. All players have an equal chance of winning. Are you guys more of a chance-based or skill-based
100%.
gamblers?
Would skill-based land under blackjack? I feel like in a sense it could. I feel like it because you can teach yourself how to count cards and do all the other fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this says right here, skill-based gambling. This is betting on races, poker, blackjack. So I'd say yeah.
Okay.
So skill-based is your ability or skill can influence whether you win or lose. However, the odds of winning are not the same for all players, and the odds are always in the favor of the house. Skill doesn't mean a sure bet. So it's pretty much like skill betting's you have a better chance because you're making emotional decisions based off of what you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas chance-based is I'm going to go pop the button on the old
Yeah, I do
Elvis
that.
Presley game.
Yeah.
I
You're a
leave it up to the
chance-based
odds.
guy?
Well, I mean, whenever I gamble, it's usually something like pig wheel or slot machines, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, pig wheel,
Roulette.
I'd say it's chance-based.
100%. It
Like
has
roulette.
to be. Yeah. I enjoy that more, I guess.
So we're
Just
going to Vegas in, I suppose when this comes out next week. What's going to be your game of choice when we're in the Sin City?
I
How about
know
that,
I'm going to
Ryder?
hit roulette, but I know I'm going to sit at slots for 17 hours with drinks in my hands.
I am pumped.
Have fun
Honestly.
waiting for those drinks, by the way.
What drinks? For Vegas
The
drinks?
free drinks, yeah, when you're
Oh,
in the
yeah.
casino. Because you can just hit the button and then someone will come up and get you a drink in a fucking hour.
But there's I was going to say, there's a fallacy. They don't bring them very quick. Now, when you're throwing dice, you're playing craps, those things come like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you're in there.
Yeah,
You're throwing some currency down.
Oh, you're in. So we got the 2 types of gamblings locked down now. Now tell me your favorite. You told me your favorite game. What's yours, Liam? Do you have one?
It's got to be. I mean, I only
Blackjack?
ever rip blackjack. Yeah. I mean, I had some coworkers that we'd always meet up on like a Saturday night or something, and then we didn't have anything going on, so we just play with quarters. We'd always play cards.
It's illegal.
Just try and stop.
What you're
me.
telling me is illegal.
That's fine.
I'm just giving you shit, but it definitely.
Oh, I think I was
Like,
maybe
are
at
you-
one of those.
You were there.
like,
yeah.
who was the house then? Do you have a rich friend?
No.
It was just our buddy's house.
I mean, I'm sure I do have some.
Well, I
rich
suppose if
friends.
you're playing quarters, it's not. You don't really need a rich friend.
No, we're just there throwing quarters down and having fun. So there's nothing crazy. We're not there to fucking rob each other. But
I
Who's
do
the
got
house and
robbed.
taking all your money?
yeah, pulling.
when I
in.
was there, the couple times I got robbed.
yeah, you're bad.
I was terrible. But that's one thing I would love to
That's
get better
it's
at.
chance based.
Is
Is poker,
blackjack?
because it was poker.
Yeah,
It was like-
it was a form of poker.
Dealer's choice is what it was. So it'd be
Yeah.
like Texas Hold'em or
Tahoe.
We did a lot of 5-card draw.
Five card draw,
7
7 card.
card no peak.
Yeah,
stud.
No peak is fun.
Yeah,
Not really. That's
You don't
literally
like
chance based.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
you're
you
in
keep
that-
going, but it gets you going once you pull that card.
I guess you just flip it and you're like, pair of sevens.
Mhm.
Ooh. I'm a skill based guy.
Oh yeah.
Craps, not well. I guess craps would maybe be skill based, but there is nothing like the rush of playing craps. For those of you people that don't know what craps is, pretty much you throw the dice, and the only thing you don't want is what they call the red devil.
Snake eyes.
No, a 7. Snake eyes. I'm ruined. The red devil 7, and I didn't. Here's a story I have about craps. Me and my dad go to Vegas last year, and we go play craps for the first time, and I buy in for $125, right?
Jiminy.
That's not even that much. It's a $15 minimum table. So one bet's like $15. Literally, it's hard to find unless you go downtown. It's like $5 minimum tables. But we're playing, and I didn't understand that you weren't supposed to say 7. You never say the word 7 at the table. So I was like, I think my dad was shaking, and I was like, all right, no 7s here, no 7s.
Is that just like a superstition thing?
Literally,
Or-
like
yeah,
it's
of course.
among the craps community
Okay,
Whatever,
so it's like
like-
a superstition thing.
for everybody that's ever played. Yeah.
Right. But
And the funny thing is the dealers will say they don't give a fuck. Dealers don't care. They're like 7, 7, 7, 7. They don't actually do that. But because usually what people say is anytime a 7 is set on the table, no one's coming like the next shake, the next shoot. So I said it, and my dad's shaking. I'm like, all right, no 7s here, because we had some money out on the table. And next thing you know,
you were getting jumped.
people are like looking at me like, whoa, come on, man. And I'm like, like I didn't know. So I was like looking around, and I'm like first time craps player. I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm looking around, and I look at the dealer, and he's like, you don't say that at the table. I'm like, say what?
Just whispers.
I'm like, say what?
Hold your side.
He's like, 7. You call it the red devil. You call it the red, whatever you want to call it. You don't say 7. And I'm like, he's whispering me here. It's getting weird, right? And I'm like, Ricardo, you don't have to get me this close to tell me. Like, it's fine. So yeah, that's ever since then I've never said 7 at the table. But yeah.
I cannot wait to come up behind you in Vegas while you're playing craps and just go 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
But here's the funny thing is you can play, so there's a way to play where the 7, you don't want a 7 to come, or you can play the don't pass line, which is called and you want a 7. Those are the people betting against the table. So like those people secretly want a 7, but if you're playing the don't pass and you roll a 7, you might want to have security in the parking lot.
Really?
Maybe not at a $125 table. But if you're playing with the big dogs,
High rollers.
yeah, and you got like $10,000 at the table, I'll maybe keep that 7 in the back of your throat.
Pack some heat is what you're saying.
Yeah, have some bodyguards or something. But yeah, craps is a blast to play. The 2 characters we had, so you always go to the craps table, and the fun part about craps is that it's like you can play. It's like a table. Everyone's playing together because we all want the same thing. So like, even though we don't know each other, I want to win just as bad as you want to win. If we have 4 hits, we all win money. So like we're high-fiving strangers and everything. And there was this guy at the end of the table. Me and my dad called him the Undertaker. We called him the Undertaker. And he would grab the dice. And some people got weird traditions where they'd like spin the dice, do whatever. He would line them up perfectly on snake eyes. And he'd be looking down at the table. He's at the end of the table. It's a big, long, oval table, right? Mm-hmm. And he'd pinch him with his 2 fingers like this. And he'd look up and he'd go, stare directly across the table at me and my dad because we're at the other end. Yeah. And then you would throw it, launch, hit the back angle perfectly, like table, wall, table, land, whatever number we wanted. It was like he was a ringer, a craps ringer. Yeah. He shook. I swear to God, he shot for like 28 throws. The average throw is like 8 throws before you crap out or get a 7. And this man, he was like a 6'7" huge guy.
That's what playing with LeBron James or what?
Yeah, he might have been.
He's on the wrong table.
It was crazy. And I was like, this guy's awesome. And then we looked to the right and we got 2 GTA characters, right? Guy, like, he's wearing a full Oklahoma outfit. He's got all this stuff. Like, it was crazy. It was like him and his wife, and they were acting like cartoon characters. I was like, these are the craziest people I've ever met. And then there's this other lady, no teeth, and she couldn't talk. It was quite the table. But we were all winning so much money, and I made 5 of my new best friends at that table.
You gotta love it. It brings people together.
It does. So that's why I'm excited to actually go with some buddies, play some craps, go from there. But yeah, there's a little tangent about craps. So what do you guys think my favorite game is?
Is it craps?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I had a hunch.
Let's go into the biggest slot machine win ever. What do you think it is? Over, under?
Over 2 mil.
It is over 2 million.
Dude, I'm going to say like 30 million.
It is 39.7 million.
Wow.
Over 2 million. You were right.
I was right. Yeah.
I was closest.
Over 2 million. Yeah, 2.1 actually.
Big fucking slot win.
Yeah.
What's the denomination on that slot win?
Like, what are they betting?
Yeah.
$100.
Damn.
Unnamed software engineer wagered $100 on a mega buck sat at the Excalibur Casino. Mega buck sat.
39.
I was there.
I was there.
I was at the Excalibur, earlier this year.
When he won?
Huh? No, not when he hit it.
Yeah, no, I saw him,
This was in 2003.
Yeah, I wasn't there then.
True to its name, Mega Bucks returned a colossal sum of $39.7 million. The record has stood since 2003. What would you guys do right now if you hit $39 million in Vegas?
Here's the thing.
Oh my God.
You know what blows my mind is when you talk, everyone in the workforce always talks about hitting the lottery. Mm-hmm. And the number of people that say, oh, if I won the lottery, I'd just keep working. Fuck up. No, you would not. You would keep going to work if you just banged the lottery. Shut up. If I hit the fucking lottery, I'm texting my boss and I go, hey, it's been great. You guys treated me well. Never gonna see you again.
Because I just bought a place in Vegas tonight.
Good riddance.
I'm gone. Yeah, that's strategically, if I actually won a large sum of money.
Yep. Let's say it's 39.7 million and you're at
it's 39.7 million. Well, someone's gonna get taxed or taken off.
Depends.
So, don't make you sign a W-9 or whatever?
It depends. You don't have to take the tax money.
Really?
You can say no. I'll pay it when I want to pay, like when I have to pay it, or they'll take it out right away. And
like
then you're good.
At the end of the year taxes or whatever.
Yeah, I think there's a couple different ways you can do it. So the first way is you can take the mega sum, whatever it is. It's at 39.7 million. They'll take off, let's say, 13 million for taxes, right? And then you take home the 26 million.
Yeah.
Cash. Do whatever you want with it. Have at it, right? Knock yourself out. Or there's a route you can go where it's like, I think it's called an annuity, and you can take an annuity out. So that pretty much means like, hey, for the next 37 years, we'll pay you X amount of dollars. And then you just pay taxes on whatever.
Oh.
So let's say I give you $1 million a year for 37 years. You'd have to pay, say, 25%. You'd have to pay $250K a year. You get $750K salary a year for the next 40 years. So there's different options. You don't have to take the cash.
Right. Yeah. Like when you win the lottery, you can take the lump sum or you can get paid like $5,000 a week for the rest of your life.
Correct. But maybe that's only lottery. I don't know if you can do it for like a big hit.
Right.
That's okay. That's what you guys are saying. So if it's a slot machine, yeah.
I know what you're getting at here. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I'll just go ahead and say it. I just take the lump sum. I take it all in whole, whatever they need, whatever. Then I have that. That is a fixed amount. I am never going to see that again unless I do something with it
to turn it into non-fixed. Look at this investment guy.
So, well, that's how you got to do it. I mean, that's because, and I think that's why I'm more a skill based.
But that's the wide view at it. I'm talking crazy party Liam Owens that just hit 39 million and he's still in Vegas. He can't get to a financial planner for 7 days. How much money are you spending that night?
If I have 39 mil,
let's say you got 30 after taxes.
probably $1 million. I'm gonna miss it, but that would be fucking
Would you though?
sick.
You're still going home with 29.
I'm still going home with 29, and that's the thing is that you know what, I'm gonna go have the time of my life with that $1 million. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm in Vegas.
What kind of crazy stuff?
I'm gonna get a
Can
tattoo.
we talk?
I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna get a tattoo like down on my ankle, something small. nothing
A little
too crazy.
butterfly.
Something little.
It'd be the Monopoly man with a big bag of money. I did it.
No, it'll be the silhouette of the Excalibur Hotel.
Like Pete Weber.
Could be.
That's right.
Maybe
I
it'd be
did
a
it.
silhouette of me. I'd get a whole back piece of me holding money.
A big check.
Yeah, something stupid.
Just says 39.7 mil.
Yeah.
So, okay, you got $1 million, then you're investing it.
And yeah, I mean you got to play it smart because it's crazy the amount of people that do hit that. I mean, and then
And they lose it.
along with like famous athletes. I mean, if you get that money continuously or like all the time, and then famous athletes they go broke because they've become
They
so
don't know what to do,
accustomed, that lifestyle that now they have that much money. So pay off my house, which isn't nothing for 29 mil.
So then you got 29.9 mil.
Yeah, exactly. And then it'd be an investment from there. I mean, figure out how my money can make me more money, and then
What would you do on the daily? You're not working anymore. You just told your boss to kick rocks.
do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Play video
You
games.
shitting me? I'm not going to work.
Would you still do this podcast?
Yeah,
We'd probably do more.
I'd imagine we would because that's what you wouldn't be going to work, and neither would you because that's the whole thing. If I have that much money, how many people can
you
genuinely
support?
care about? Yeah, I mean generational wealth. I mean I take
Nice
care.
guy stamp right here.
Wow.
I'll say honestly, yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, no, because like my
I
parents,
can see it from you.
my parents,
Yeah.
my cousins, like immediate
I would
family,
too, but
any student loans, like
I'd be
no,
selective.
You're set. You have to be. That's one thing that I've always wanted to talk about, like celebrities with too, is like before you became famous, what was the cutoff of like people are going to be just grabbing
Yeah.
at you. Like, hey,
When
you're
did people
famous
start
now.
saying, "Hey, I want shit from you"?
Like, do you remember like this between us? And
Yeah.
be like, what about me?
Remember we were in ceramics class together? We
Some
have that
random
podcast.
person.
I'd be like, "Who are you?"
Never heard of you.
Yeah, no, I'd be pretty selective, and honestly, I'd base it off of who are the people that have been with me through the shit.
Oh yeah,
Not the shit, but like,
lifelong.
Through everything.
or who's gonna be climbing out of the woodworks
Right.
Oh, you'll
to
know.
scratch for a penny.
Who didn't give a shit before?
Yeah,
And then who has always been right by me?
I want to make that list. I think the list of the people I'd support if I hit a big lotto.
Family first,
Yeah.
of course.
What would you do, Broden? $1 million,
With
$30 million.
$30
in
million.
Vegas.
I think the first thing I would do is pay off my parents' house.
Tattoos? No tattoos first? Well, you can't do that in Vegas. You can't go to the Excalibur front desk and be like,
Oh,
will
you're
you
talking
pay
about
off my
like
parents' house?
the next thing after they hand me all that cash.
I'm talking about you just hit it and took the biggest shit in your shorts ever.
Well, that's probably what I'm going to do is go poop out on the nerves.
Change your shorts.
That's probably what I'm going to
Or
do.
run back to my hotel room and put new shorts on.
Yeah. Change my pants, I guess, first. Because, yeah, I just pooped them.
I'm not even going to my room. I'm walking immediately to Caesar's
Dude,
Palace.
30 mil? I might just shit on the floor.
What are you gonna do? Tell me not
And
to.
shit on the cash they hand me
Yes. I might wipe my ass with a crisp 100
for just because I can.
and then hand it to some guy sitting at the low rollers table, just being like, here,
The low rollers.
you need
Wonder what
it.
the poor are doing right now.
Yeah.
Broden's walking around.
Big fur coat.
Dude, honestly, I might go. This sounds stupid as hell, but I might just go buy a stupid big ass chain to wear.
And a grill.
Yeah.
Nah,
George Foreman.
a grill. Yeah, dude, fuck it. I'll go buy a Blackstone.
Can you imagine?
Blackstone.
I know.
I'd walk immediately to Caesar's Palace, all the shops they got there with like Gucci, Saint Laurent, and buy the most ridiculous outfit I can.
Yeah.
I don't want to look good. I want to look like that guy has so much money he doesn't care what he
Doesn't
looks
give a
like.
Fuck.
And then people are asking me, "Where's your money?" And I'm like, "Excalibur, just got it 20 minutes ago."
You can try.
I want to like. I'd make one, maybe two, just stupid purchases just because I could. But I'm so orientated now with like how my money is where it's like if I buy something, like I bought a second monitor for my PC, and then I didn't turn my PC on for like 2 months, and I was like, why did I do that? Fucking took it back. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't need that.
And then you got the most kick-ass
But that's the
speaker.
thing. 30 million is such an insane number that I could burn through it. You know how much $1 million? I don't even know if I could spend $1 million in Vegas in one night. without gambling.
yeah,
without gambling.
Oh, without gambling? Oh, no.
Sure you
Like,
could.
what am I gonna buy? I'd order
but you
so
don't-
much stuff. I'd
You
immediately
don't
go to
have to buy
Amazon.
anything. I'd see a person walking down the street and say, "Hey, you look like you need $50,000. Here you go."
50. I'm not giving a stranger $50,000.
No, I might give him a couple hundred.
I might rip him a
Max.
crisp Benjamin.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
If you were truly in need of it and like I genuinely thought, yeah, I would probably.
If you're
try and help you
scraping
out.
rice off the floor,
Yeah.
I'll get you into
If
a
you're
restaurant.
digging through the dumpster behind McDonald's, here you go.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, 30 mil.
Here's 20
I'm
bucks.
a million's gone that night. Yeah, they're gonna upgrade my room. I don't even have to upgrade it. But when I get back, I am buying us the best podcast studio man can buy.
Oh, incredibly. Yeah.
I'll probably put
Fingers crossed.
I'll put
for
5 mil into my
Vegas
business.
here.
I'll put 5 mil into the business and we'd blow up.
On money alone.
I'd probably hire you three.
Please.
I don't know what we do, but you'd need a job.
We're doing it.
Mm.
This is it. We're doing it.
But yeah,
I'll
we'd
be
do
your
this,
fluffer.
but full time. Nathan would be here. He'd be hired for sure. But yeah, that's 39.7. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Pivoting to the biggest online win is 17.8 million euros.
Can we translate that or whatever you do?
No.
Nathan,
No. Now we're not going to do that.
what was it?
It's not,
17.8?
it's not something we do here. Yeah. I'm sure it's like 15 mil.
Euros to
12
USD.
mil.
Nathan, let's see it.
When was it?
2013 stands at impressive 17,861,800 euros.
For what?
Online gambling?
Yep, it was in Finland, a mega fortune. He was paid out in euros based on the August 2019 exchange rates. It's 16.5. I don't know. These notes are wrong.
What
but
do you got here, Nathan?
we got
All right, so 17 million euros equals a little over 17 million US dollars.
Oh,
so that's
so they're like-
17,338,000.
So
so
pretty
it's a
close.
wash.
Yeah. Maybe just a little bit more US cash.
That's pretty cool. That's a lot of money, and you don't even have to leave your room to hit that. And you're
That's the
sitting in
best
your
part.
room in your bed,
You could be in your underwear,
clicking a button. Yeah,
winning money while you're in your underwear. Ain't that the life?
I'd rather be in Vegas though, because I would party.
I think so. Oh, yeah.
I'll
Absolutely.
party it up in my underwear.
I'd
at
find
my
the
house.
nearest celebrity singer to play me a private concert in my own club. I think. Just kidding. That would get pretty expensive. I think.
They might,
You
yeah,
don't give
they
a
might
fuck.
gouge
just
you.
got-
Yeah, but if it cost me $5 million, it's not worth it.
It's not going to cost you that
What?
much. Holy shit,
Hey,
pal.
if you ask a private singer to make you a concert and they say 5 mil, I would say kick rocks.
Yeah.
It's true. But
I'm
like,
worth more than you now.
but like
You don't tell
if
me
I
that.
see Drake walking around at Planet Hollywood, and I'm like, I just won 30 mil. Come play a song for me in this club. What's he gonna charge? You think?
What is Drake going to charge?
Yeah,
Probably
Oh, no.
pretty substantial.
I'm not talking about the Oak Ridge boys.
I bet, I honestly, with Drake, just the way he is, I feel like personally how I view
know
him.
him?
No, like how I personally view him,
Okay,
I would say he'd be like, all right, yeah, drop me a mil.
Mill would maybe be,
Probably.
which I don't think's worth it.
No,
He'd have to play for 17 hours straight for me.
he'd have to
That's a
follow me back to Minot.
He'd have to give me all his money.
What kind of trade deal is that?
You play, I'll give you $1 million. You sing for me and give me all your money. He'd be like, you drive a hard bargain. One man, here's a cool little fun fact about roulette. One man sold everything and betted on a single roulette spin.
Like
Back in
one
two-
number, you mean?
One spin.
Okay.
They whipped the ball around in a little circle. Back in 2004, a TV series known as Double or Nothing hit the UK screens. It featured an English professional gambler by the name of Ashley Revell, who aimed to sell all his possessions with a view to staking it all on the turn of a roulette wheel. In time, though, a series of car, boot sales, and auctions, Revell raised 135,000 euros, and he was left with no more than the clothes on his back. Heading to the roulette table wheel at the Plaza Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, which I don't think is there anymore. Maybe it is. He staked it all on red, and it hit.
What is that? Is that like 49 to 1 or something?
No, doubles it.
Oh, 50.
Well, it's 48 to 1, your odds.
okay.
No,
yeah.
no. It's 48% because there's 2 green circles. So there's black, red, and then 2 green ones that if it hits those, you don't get black or red.
Okay,
So yeah, you have a 48% chance of hitting if you put it on red. And it hit. So his 135,000 euros went to 270.
Good for him.
What does he do if he didn't hit?
Probably.
He had to be.
There's
down.
a noose in there somewhere on that
Yeah.
story.
Dude, yeah.
That's the one thing he didn't sell.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It was his rope.
Keeping this rope and this duffel bag of cash. But yeah, I mean, I've thought about doing that, like going to Vegas and just being like, I'm gonna put $500 on red, and if it hits, then you have yourself a time for the rest of the week. Or if it misses, you're sad for a couple hours. But like, we can always make $500.
Yeah.
So speaking of like, it's kind of related to that. But I read this article one time about this dude. He's from somewhere in the U.S. and like he was at rock bottom.
Way
Like
to
his
pinpoint his
wife.
location.
Maps guy. He knows where he's at. Don't hold out on us.
I was just a U.S. guy because this is what the article. He was at rock bottom or something like that. His wife had cheated on him, took the kids or something, and he, like all the money and all that shit. He didn't have much left, so he was gonna kill himself.
Yep.
And he went to Mexico with like 10 grand, and he like gambled it, won a bunch, and then like spent it all on hookers and drugs.
Yeah.
And decided he wanted to live because life was worth living.
What a comeback.
Guy found his oasis.
Yes.
He's like, all I needed was to find Mexico.
Yeah. You know what? This life ain't so bad.
And guess what? If he was in Mexico, got all that stuff, and lost the 10 grand, he'd probably still be a happy man.
Yeah.
So is he still there?
Didn't get that far.
No,
Well, I hope so.
they didn't mention that in the article.
For him, I hope he's there.
I hope he's having himself a hell of a time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the lottery. First lottery, this is crazy. First lottery instance was recorded in China between 201 and 187 BC.
What?
Yeah. But I suppose they're probably doing it for just like, what did they use back then? Shillings?
Shillings. Yeah.
Gold. Like
Prussian-
straight up gold.
Prussian francs. 200 Prussian francs on red, please. In Chinese language.
Yeah. What? How did they manage that? I mean, if it's a lottery, so there's obviously a massive pool going on.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it was something like, hey, here's the transaction. Your odds are really bad. We'll see you when you
Yeah.
next time you want to buy a ticket.
Like, like something like they're betting on like fighters or something like that. 2 warriors going at it. And like,
Yeah,
there's-
that's more of a
could be.
sports bet, though.
Yeah.
But, right.
Gladiator. That's a great movie too, by the way.
I'm thinking it's more of a thing like, hey, you give me one of your finest chickens, and maybe I'll give you a whole farm. And they lose.
And then
One person gets a whole farm.
Yeah. That's huge. Back then, that's
That's got to be like somewhat of a
That's-
lottery thing.
yeah.
That's
Back then, land was worth more than anything.
I don't even know
Still
what.
is.
it still is. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's another portion of where my money would go to is I'd just be buying up land. Why not?
Yeah. The chances of winning the lottery are nearly 1 in 300 million.
That seems, yeah. I can,
Reasonable?
Get behind
but
that.
that's huge. That's about what I
You know what they
expected
say?
to
The
be.
rich don't play the lottery
Why
I'm
not?
already rich.
because it's the worst investment you can make.
Yeah. If they're already rich, I mean, they would obviously already have
No,
money
I'm saying it's a bad investment for anybody.
Even like a
for- fair.
$4
Yeah.
lottery ticket?
What's the turnaround on that?
Yeah, but 1 in 300 million.
Not good odds.
$4.
Not good
Yes, but I'm saying most people don't buy one, call it a life. They flip the
Most
chance.
people.
Yeah, but you buy once a week.
Okay, yeah. Well, when
16
you're
times
stupid-
12 times 50. Math guy.
You're throwing way too many numbers. at
Yeah,
me.
you just said a bunch of numbers that didn't correlate.
It's
to
like
that.
750,000.
one a week at $4.
Sure.
52 times 4. That's all you needed.
Yeah, where'd the 16
Time-
come from?
16. So $4 a week, 4 times 4, 16. There's 4 weeks in a month. And then I did $16 times 12 months. Times
Okay,
50
yeah.
years. Times 50 years.
All right.
I said 5 plus 5. You said 3 plus 7 plus 3. So that's what I'm getting at
Hey,
here.
hey, you can go. There's so many paths. There's so many paths to so many different places. You can get there. You just got to take a different route.
That's
That's
true.
what I did there.
Yeah, you just did the roundabout. You took the scenic route to get to
I
that
showed-
equation.
I showed my work and you didn't.
Never have.
Don't need to.
They have calculators.
The largest U.S. lottery jackpot win. What do you think that was?
Largest? 1.1 billion.
We're waiting on Liam.
1.2 billion.
Guy's a cocksucker.
$1 million. Dr. Evil?
Yeah.
It's not very much.
Those are the
$1 billion. It was 1.59 billion.
Holy
1.5 billion.
shit on tits.
What would you do there?
With 1.59 billion?
So much more than I do with 30 million.
Yep.
Oh, you have a little bit more option there.
I think you got more wiggle room, more play. 48% of people who won the lottery kept working a daytime job. There's your answer.
48%.
Yeah. I would like to know what their jobs were. I'd like them to break it up from the 48% to the 52%.
They work from home. You have to.
Or artists.
Yeah.
Or like
You'd have to love your job.
daycare.
Yeah. That's all it would boil down to. Like if this is really something you want to do for the rest of your life, then that's what they're doing. I mean, sure, they're rich, but this is what I want to do. Like there's this guy out in the oil field where we're working right now. He owns all this land and all the oil's on it, and he's fucking loaded. And he goes out and he farms every day. And he doesn't live past his means whatsoever, but happiest guy ever. I mean, he's made it, and this is just what he wants to do.
And does he still have like all the oil?
Well, he has all the mineral rights.
Oh, he's got the right. Okay, I thought you meant he was in the oil business.
No, he's just a farmer.
He just has land, and he's collecting the checks.
Yeah,
he's doing what you said.
That would be
generational
nice.
wealth.
Yeah.
Talk about the first place for passive income, mineral rights.
Oh, good.
Oh, you guys are on the same page. It sounds like.
Well, one of our buddies.
Let's talk about this at home.
One of our buddies, his aunt has like mineral rights to a bunch of oil land.
Yep.
And just loaded. Like
I believe it.
Stupid.
My grandma used to have mineral. Well, she still does, but like during the oil boom in 2000, whatever it was, the checks she's getting, I think, were pretty substantial. Obviously, it's slowed down now, but dude, mineral rights, first ever passive income. That's kind of crazy. Now people try to like drop ship T-shirts.
Crazy how times change.
They were trying to drop ship burritos.
Burritos?
Yeah.
Who's they?
I heard about it. They were some.
I heard about it.
No, so
apparently you did.
So I drive a lot for work, and on the radio, this dude was talking about it. Like they're dropping burritos.
Who listens to the radio in 2022?
Well, I ride with a guy who's in charge of me.
Okay.
So when he turns on the radio,
Your
I don't
handler?
say, get that shit off.
Broden rides with his handler.
Kind of.
That's me too.
You have a handler?
I'm just a bitch to someone, yeah.
Yeah.
For now.
For now.
The plan is to win the lottery.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm no one's bitch.
Must be nice.
2009, 11 states received more money from selling lottery tickets than from citizens' income taxes. So that just goes to show you how many people are buying these lottery tickets.
It's nuts.
And that's why I said
that's why it
rich
gets
don't
so
buy
big,
lottery
though.
tickets.
That's
Yeah,
why
exactly.
the lottery gets to 1.5
And then no
billion.
one hits it, and then everyone goes for another round.
Yep.
Whoop, no one hits it again. I think it's maybe a scam.
Well,
I think all
100%
these-
it's a scam.
Yeah. Because if the gov is taking a percentage of whatever you make, that's income for them.
Yeah, but I think they're just reading off a number that's not a number they sold, and they're like, "Oh, we'll draw again next week. Go get more tickets."
Could
And
be
then
true.
sure as shit, maybe there's rules on the
Gotta
website.
be
Can you go to their website and read that? Do they have like fine print?
Probably. Yeah.
Might want to be careful
mean-
what you say on here for exposing the gov. You'd get a red dot on your forehead.
What, like how much?
We just got added to so many lists.
Yeah, this just could be bad.
What's the percentage that they take on a lottery win? Is it like 35 or 40 or something? What?
I don't know. Do you want to know what the average American spends on lottery per year, though?
Go ahead.
This will surprise you.
The average American? Do you want us to guess?
Do you want to guess?
What kind of? I mean, so just the general lottery. You're
The
saying?
average American spends blank on the lottery per year. So yeah, I'd say it's like a lottery ticket.
2,000.
You're gonna make my number sound stupid now. It's $218.
Oh.
Thanks for throwing that outrageous number out there, though.
I was just about to say
50
grand.
million.
Who?
The average American.
Yeah, and I'm like,
yeah. Wait a second.
I'm like, no, it's $200.
I guess I would have dropped my number way down if I had thought actually about the average American.
The greatest average
that's not-
American.
I mean, $218. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
218.
On lottery tickets, though.
That's
Yeah, that's. I'll go just put that on the blackjack table. on a Friday
That's $20 a month in lottery tickets. Have you ever bought a lottery ticket?
when I turned 18. I did.
I bought 2, I think.
I've never even seen one. Just kidding. I've seen one
I was gonna say
magneted in my dad's fridge once.
That's what my dad does. Like he
What's on the
only
fridge?
buys one lottery ticket, like for every so often he'll go buy one, and he has these set numbers that he picks every time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it increases his odds because he
picks
gets
his
the
own
same
numbers?
Yeah, picks his own numbers every time. I don't know if
I don't think you know how odds work. I think it does nothing to his odds.
probably not, but he feels like it helps.
I think little to not.
if that's what he feels like.
If it's
Let him do it.
if it's up in his hey,
He's
I'm
allowed to
not
spend $2 or whatever.
218.
Nathan, you got an answer for lottery taxes?
I do. So there is the IRS and then there's the state. So the IRS takes up to 25% of your lottery winnings,
Cocksuckers.
and it varies state to state, but I'm seeing numbers around 2% to 4% of your lottery winnings.
So they're making money.
Yeah,
So about like
25%.
yeah, a little over a quarter of your money's getting taken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
It's dude, taxes are fucking crazy.
Hey.
Last week, my journeyman got taxed more money than I made.
because your journeyman wants some video work.
Actually, yeah, I bet he would.
Yeah, I mean taxes. That just what did they say back when they were throwing tea into the water?
No taxation without representation.
Yes, taxation is
I'm
theft.
surprised
we got
he
we
pulled
got
that out of
we
his
got a
ass.
new brain.
We got a
guy
new
on set.
brain
Yeah,
guy.
Step aside, bro.
Thanks for taking the crown.
Look at that brain guy transition there in the middle. I hated that so much. For you guys listening, they just high fived over the middle cushion.
Felt good.
I'm gonna high deck you in the forehead,
You'd have to jump over the shoddy table we put together.
and I know you'll hate that, so I'll do that too.
Here's a name for you.
There you go. Off to a great start.
Anargyros Nicholas Karabornidius. I screwed up the last name, but let's try it again. Karaborniotis.
Let me see it real quick.
He's Greek.
I'm interested. He's Greek? Ooh, I don't know about that.
Greek names, dude. Greek names are a bitch. They spell them all.
You're going to get the whole country of Greece after you.
No, but I mean, like,
We're running
have
ads
you-
on this podcast.
I'm
in the
talking
country of
about
Greece.
throughout history. You read some of them, you're like,
Yeah.
you guys are creative.
Hey, don't read the whole
No,
thing,
that's-
man.
No, that gyro. You ever had a euro?
Yeah.
That's an euro. Nicholas Karaborniotis.
Sorry, word, man. I can't
It's
read.
'cause he's
Greek
Irish.
names.
You've never been
It's
to
'cause he's
Arby's?
Irish.
Shillelagh.
You've never been to Arby's.
You've never, dude. Arby's roast beef euro is phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah, but he's
definitely
not
is.
a sandwich.
You're gonna tell me that his name in Greek is pronounced different than the Greek sandwich from Arby's? It's Greek.
Yeah, maybe, but like I didn't put two and two together. All right.
Hey, brain
Sorry.
guy. Brain guy.
We got a new brain guy. He is commonly known as Archie Karras, so I should have just called him that.
Why didn't you start with that?
He's didn't read that far down the sheet.
Could have saved
God.
all of that.
So Archie is a Greek American gambler, high roller, poker player, and pool shark, famous for the longest and largest documented winning streak in casino gambling history. And he was also known as the Run. Imagine you're so
That's
good you
hard.
just have the Run named after you.
That
What's
is
the
hard.
Run?
I'll give him that.
Let me tell you about my boy Archie. What's his real name? I'm like, let me fucking stab you. When he drove to Las Vegas with $50 in December of 1992 and then turned a $10,000 loan into more than $40 million by the beginning of 1995, 3 years. Only to lose it all later that year.
No, he did not.
Yep. Karras himself claims to have gambled with more money in casinos than anyone else in history and has often been compared to Nick the Greek, another high-stakes gambler of the Greek origin. How do you turn $50 in a $10,000 loan into $40 million and then just dump it?
Piss it away. That is bonkers.
Did you think you put it on red?
Must have.
I don't know how else you do that besides going, 40 million on this and just going,
Whoop. My bad.
Yeah, $40
What?
million.
you know, a wise man once said, away she goes.
Yeah. What? So he had a $10,000 loan out and he gambled with the loan?
Yeah, I think he turned the $10,000 into $40 million in 3 years.
I hope he paid his loan off first.
He's probably making monthly payments on it
Yeah. I would hope.
if he was a smart man.
You got to build your credit.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
about interest? Should have paid it off right away.
It's true, especially if you turn it into $40 million.
especially if you lose it.
How do you? At what point do you? Where do you get the loan from? Who do you talk to? And well, probably mobsters would
sharks?
love to give
Probably
you.
a loan shark. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense. That's just
You talk to grandma.
so crazy. Where it's like, hey, I'm gonna go maybe make money on this. I have no idea. How about you hand me 10 grand?
But I don't think he's telling them, hey, I'm going to gamble this 10K. I think he's probably saying, hey, I'm going to go buy this 2005 Honda Accord.
Good cars too.
He
In
probably didn't tell him that.
1992?
Yeah, in 92, he's, I'm going to get this 05 Honda
Yeah.
Accord. Well,
He
maybe
needs
he's saying
a
I need
lot
this.
more than 10K.
Maybe he's saying I need this 1980 Ford Maverick or whatever it is. Is that a car?
You know, I'm not a car guy.
Me neither.
Yeah, the
Your brain-
Maverick is a car, but
Your brain guy now. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, $10,000. You can't be telling people what you're gonna do with the 10K.
if you're gonna gamble it, you have to lie. Yes, 100%.
Lie for longer.
Yeah.
Longer. You can still get into this.
The Birdcage Theater in Arizona once hosted a poker game that lasted 8 years.
No, that didn't happen.
8 years.
8 people are growing up. People have
You
families.
can't leave the table, can you?
Okay, I would not stake my life on this fun fact, as most people do say it's unverified. According to the tales told, the Birdcage Theater hosted a poker game, the Birdcage Tournament, which started in 1881. The players were all about high stakes with $1,000 buy-in, and it is said that the game lasted 8 years, 5 months, and 3 days.
In
you think
what
that-
year? 81?
1881,
1881. Oh,
pre-cars.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they just picked up where they left off.
Every night.
I guess.
I mean, it's
You got-
1881, dude. You
but
can
also
do
they
whatever
have
the hell
nothing
you
going
want.
on, yeah.
Why are you comparing 1881 to like today's day and age? You think they had 8 spare years to
What
throw
I'm
around?
saying is that people now can't just be like, every night I'm going to go play poker for the next 8 years. In 1881,
It's not
You might-
everyone though. It's like just a group of like 5 old dudes with divorced wives. Probably. What year did people start getting married legally?
a long time ago.
So before
I
1881.
imagined it
Yeah.
was a very, very long time ago.
I believe that. I guess yeah.
Like having
'cause
kids and stuff.
Birdcage Theater. I don't even know where that's
Kinda
at.
how we're here.
I feel like the 1800s is a weird century because it's like right after we got our independence, and then it's like right before the 1900s, which everyone knows.
Now, what were we doing?
I mean, the
Playing
Civil War. and
8-year-long
stuff
poker
happened.
games
Poker.
apparently is what we were doing.
And that's it. We were going to the salt mines.
Yeah. I mean, like the only thing that really happened was like the Civil War,
Which was when?
1860s.
When was the gold rush?
The 1800s.
Oh.
Late 1800s, I think, actually.
California.
Alaska, California, Nevada,
Just panning.
They were.
South Dakota, even.
I think we should do an episode on the 1800s. There'd be a lot of good stuff there. But yeah, 8 years. That's a crazy long time. I wonder who won.
The poker tournament?
Yeah. And they just were crowned after 8 years, 5 months, and 3 days.
I'd like
Figure out who won the Birdcage Theater Tournament. See if we can get a name there. We'll move on to the very first poker chips were made from ivory, wood, clay, and bone. What bone? I wonder.
ivory.
Femur?
I mean, ivory is, well, it is a bone. So when I shot my elk,
It's a
last
bone.
year- Yeah,
It
so,
is.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I mean, so like mammoths and
Elephants.
elephants and
What animal bones are they using to make these chips?
Probably all.
ivory. Well, so like the ivory of like an elk. That's when you shoot an elk. That's kind of like a treasure piece because the ivory is like it's one of their teeth. So you cut it out and then you polish it up real nice. And
Okay, I was gonna say you keep saying ivory and I don't understand what you're telling me, but so ivory is teeth.
yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
is it just yeah? I think it's just teeth or tusk.
There you go. Tusk.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah,
You want to bet your life on that one?
I'm not wrong.
No,
bet
no,
all three
Broden.
of
He's
ours.
like
Oh, yeah.
Tusk. I like that one. Let's go with
That sounds
that.
a little bit better. No, because it came. So it's got to be.
But is a
Tooth.
tusk a tooth?
It comes out of the mouth. Don't
Yeah,
it?
it's 2 feet long and
So
the
does a
width of a
tongue.
soda can.
So
We're
does a
not doing
tongue.
this again. Huh?
I said, so does a tongue.
But the tongue's not made out of ivory.
Depends whose tongue. Before poker chips, As we know them today, came about. Poker players used to bet with gold bars and nuggets and even gold dust.
Just a little nugget of gold.
That's kind of nuts. Heavy ass gold blocks. You probably couldn't even like shuffle them like they do with regular poker chips now.
And isn't
Yeah,
like
doing that.
real gold like a little bit soft? Like it's got a little give to it.
I don't know about that.
I don't think it's malleable.
I didn't say
But
You just said it was.
He
Yeah,
just
it would
that.
have
A
to be
little bit soft.
do you think
that
he's
would make
talking?
it malleable.
You think he's talking like gold is squishy right now?
Like
No,
putty.
not
He's
squishy.
just taking his gold and just playing with it. Don't think you can do that.
The 1880s slime.
Yeah, it'd make it awfully hard to pan for it.
Hey, what are you playing with over there? Gold block.
Gold. Sleeping on it.
You guys
I-
suck as people.
I mean,
He's
maybe,
the one that
bro.
said it.
If you could prove that you could like have one of those, those little sticky hands that you throw and sticks to the wall. If you can make one of those out of gold,
I didn't say it was sticky.
That's an entirely different chemical.
Yep.
it's malleable. It soon became quite possible to assign value to the rounds being played. So the need for a poker currency was seen. The gaming houses at the time decided to make bone, wood, ivory, and clay chips to symbolize certain values. Poker players would exchange their money and gold for chips, much like it's done today. So yeah, they'd go to the cage, stick in their malleable gold bars, and they'd come out with tusks.
I don't think tusks are worth near what gold would be, but
Yeah, but then you trade in the more tusks you have back for gold.
could be. I mean, I think there's a value for ivory now. People make it out of jewelry and stuff like that because it's not something you can make. Maybe it is.
Right.
You can make anything.
It's
these
like
days, but-
illegal now to harvest it.
harvest
you-
what? Ivory?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I mean,
elephants
yeah,
and
off
stuff like that.
elephants, yeah. But I mean,
Where else do you get it?
alpha elk?
A tooth?
Yeah.
Former President Richard Nixon funded his very first political campaign for Congress, not president, with money that he won from poker. So Nixon was a dog on the table.
Oh, yeah, he's
No
not fucking
way.
around.
Imagine playing
guess
poker with Richard Nixon. Who's one president you want to play poker with?
I've never thought about that.
That's why I'm asking it.
One president I want to play poker with?
Yeah.
Honest Abe.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt is a
Yeah.
fucking dog.
Why Teddy?
Dude,
Dude, he was a badass.
yeah, Teddy's so sick. He got shot in the chest during one of his speeches.
and then got back.
That guy would
up.
take all my money though. I want like Garfield.
Garfield. Yeah,
the cat?
What was it? No.
No, I think his name's Andrew. They call him Andy.
Yeah.
Andy
Little friends
Garfield.
do.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like a guy that would be just bad at poker.
Yeah.
Whereas Teddy would take all of your money and not feel bad about it. Honest
think
Abe would
no.
tell you what he's got every time.
I
Exactly,
think
that's
you
why
would
I said
take
it.
Teddy's
Pocket
money.
Kings. Fuck. Don't know what to tell you. You
You'd
got to
take-
be honest. It's in the name, man.
Just selling himself, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably hiding kings in his top hat. The 4 kings in the poker deck actually have meaning, and according to certain sources, have been named after actual kings. Which kings? Roman Caesar Augustus, Alexander the Great,
Hey.
our boy.
Love that guy.
What a name. Him and Cyrus. A couple dogs. King David of Israel and King Charlemagne of France. Charlemagne's a sweet name. I feel like that's like a movie character name.
Charlemagne.
Yeah. Like Charlemagne.
What
you get out of your room?
What is that?
Yeah,
What are you doing? What's the context?
I'm in the
behind that?
South. Like not, yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know if there's any.
There was
Southern
no
people.
southern.
Well, I just picture like a hot Charlemagne, like a hot location. Not a hot person, like the location we're
A
at.
good looking.
Like it's warm. We're not in like Minnesota, North Dakota. We don't name people Charlemagne up here. There's no way.
It's true.
But let's say we're in, I don't know, what's a southern state in battle geography? Let's say we're in
Tennessee.
Georgia. Tennessee maybe fits.
I don't know.
Charlemagne, would you get out of, and they call him Charlie or Charlie.
I don't know
Charlie.
if they
And
do.
people at school are like, is your name Charlie? It's actually Charlie.
It's actually Charlie.
Charlie, short for Charlemagne.
Charlie.
Charlemagne the God is the only Charlemagne I know.
Yeah.
I thought.
So maybe his
Charlemagne.
real name's Charlemagne.
Who?
Yeah.
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean,
I don't think his birth name is Charlemagne the God.
What would you like to name your kid?
What
Charlemagne.
would you think his real name is?
What do you want to name your kid? Charlemagne the God.
People are doing it now.
Oh, that one player that got recruited by Alabama. His name was the coldest to ever do it.
The coldest ever.
They're writing it down. They're like, oh, this is about as it's kind of like when that one person named them Alexander the Great.
Dude.
Charlemagne the God. All right. Well, it's locked in.
If I was a doctor writing down that guy's name, I would dot the period and be like, fuck, that's hard. That's hard. This guy's going to do great things.
Do you think they said like CHARLE or I? E? Okay. EMAGNE. Okay. And they're like, actually add of France too. They're like, he's born in Georgia. Yeah, but we want him as Charlemagne of France.
Yeah.
One poker player, Andrei Karpov, used his wife as a stake in a losing poker game. Hey,
When was this?
He caught her cheating.
few years ago. Yeah, it was actually Monday. After Andrei Karpov also lost that final round, his wife left him for the winner.
Wasn't that the bet?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, honey.
I don't know. What do you mean? Well, if he staked her as the bet,
He didn't really lose her.
and then she left him. I mean, which one was it? Because maybe
One and the same, right?
exactly.
And maybe she just sucked. So he was actually like, I'm so glad I lost.
Maybe he had worse never played.
He threw it.
Honey.
He betted her and then folded his hand.
What are you doing?
I said, I'm good.
He open folds.
Yeah,
They're like, all right, Andre, to you, I fold. You can check. No, I fold.
I'm good. Take her.
Slides out divorce papers too.
Yeah.
She
Ian,
sucks
I'll tell you
at
this.
she sucks at making me food. So
But that's how it goes. You know, anything on the table is in play. So if I have chips plus $200 cash,
He just
$200
threw
in
her on
play.
the
If I got a Rolex watch, that's in play. His wife is sitting on the table next to his chips. She's in play.
applesauce.
Like, what's her value? He's like, to me, not much.
Yeah. To you, maybe a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And
You
then,
tell me, what is her value?
and then open folds.
If you like eating burnt roast every night, maybe you like her.
What are you all in with?
This terrible cook of a wife.
My wife. What's she good at? Not much.
Depends on who you ask.
That's kind of a crazy story, though. I can't believe the dealer let that slide. Players usually unwittingly give away what type of hand they have. So we're going to go into some poker tells.
Oh, like, yeah, tells, nervous ticks.
Yeah.
stuff
Do you
like
guys have any poker tells?
that. I don't play
I haven't played enough. I don't think.
I think I have a poker tell sometimes.
Yeah, let me know.
before we go on this Vegas trip.
Well, we're not going to play poker together. Well, we
No,
can play with a
but-
bunch of tourists, couple
Oh.
people wearing like those hats with the spinning wheels on the top, the helicopter things. That's how I picture all tourists. But usually I've got better at it. But sometimes when I would, and this is a common tell actually, is when I would protect my cards. If I had a strong hand, I would put my, it's called a card protector. You put a chip on top of your cards after you look at them.
Mm-hmm.
I would put that on there right away and then bet or raise or whatever it is. And then if I had a bad hand, I'd make my play before I put the card protector on there. And now I've figured that out subconsciously. So
You guys go ahead and do whatever you want.
what are you doing?
Piss.
You got to pee?
Yeah, you guys keep going. Be right back.
Okay, we're going to take a quick pause.
A little intermission here. Can we just cut that from the bit? Should be easy enough.
We're going to cut this pause, but I didn't know we had to pee that bad. Are you guys have the smallest bladders on earth?
We've just been rolling this whole time.
Yeah, we've been rolling, but we're back now. Liam had to go see a man about a horse.
My fault.
And the funny part is we're almost done. That's what's awesome about it. But poker tells. That was my poker tell. We got at that break, we got information from Nathan that the Birdcage Theater, where they had the 8-year-long poker match, is extremely haunted. So that's some creepy shit coming up on Google. So that's exciting. Still can't find a winner, so it might be a fallacy. But we're here. You guys think you'd have any poker tells? Broden would start just sweating bullets when he gets aces.
Yeah, I immediately just start laughing at everybody. You're fucked.
I look at my cards and I'm like, fuck yeah.
I fist pump.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, Blackjack. When playing Blackjack, the chance of getting a natural 21 is around 4.8% in a single hand.
Seriously?
4.8%.
There was a night at the bar where
Was that 48%?
I hit 21 like 3 or 4 times in a row, consecutive.
But
hands.
a natural.
What do you mean?
A natural is a face card and an ace.
Right.
Or maybe it's a 10 and an ace.
I think 10 counts in there, but it's just 2
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It wasn't like, okay.
No, it didn't. I think so.
It can change based on how many decks are being used. So where you play Blackjack, it might be a smaller deck. 4 decks. 2 decks? That's a lamp?
More. No.
Lamp's
Is it?
4.
Is it 4?
Anywhere in mine, that's 4 decks.
4 decks, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes in Vegas, they have like 8 decks.
Jesus.
The longest amount of time any single dealer has spent dealing blackjack. Oh my. What do you think it is?
Anytime dealing blackjack?
One guy standing or girl standing there dealing blackjack.
Like consecutively?
Yeah.
4 days.
51 hours, 31 minutes. Just over 2 days.
Just over 2 days.
4 days.
That's
Why
exactly
are you
what I
throwing
was gonna
ridiculous
guess.
numbers out here?
Because we just got done talking about a supposed 8-year fucking long poker tournament. So nothing's off limits at this point.
He's got a point.
Everything's out the window.
Yeah.
This was done in 2001. Oracle Casino in Malta. 51 hours.
I think I'll just leave.
I couldn't
You
do
can't.
anything for 51 hours.
He's at gunpoint. No,
Oh.
he wasn't.
Changes things.
He just really likes stealing. Why was he doing that, I wonder? It's really weird.
What do you got for us, Nate?
This is for you, Liam. In December 1881, the Birdcage Theater opened its doors, and it stayed open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So for one poker match to last that long, all it would need is you can still switch out dealers, and you can switch out people too, but as long as there's people playing the game.
Yeah, but that's like any casino. Every casino's open 24/7, 365.
In Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.
In Vegas.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From
Everything in that
from-
city is
From my assumptions, yes.
The city that never sleeps.
It is the Sin City.
Williston.
The reason the card dispenser in the game is... Jesus, I'm fumbling. The reason the card dispenser in the game is referred to as a shoe is because when it was first invented, it resembled a woman wearing high-heeled shoes. That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Because it's slide out.
Yeah. I wonder why they went like, let's do a shoe type beat.
Right, yeah. Let's make it look like this. Something oddly suspicious.
Come on. You got it.
Come on.
I'm done trying at that word.
Go ahead. You got it. One of the greatest fans of the game was Napoleon Bonaparte. He would often be found playing blackjack after he was exiled. That's crazy. Little man syndrome. He probably got so mad every time the dealer hit 21.
Oh
Pissed.
my goodness.
Every time. I do. And I'm not as little.
And
of
you're
a
not
man.
4'8".
Yeah. I'm a nice 6 foot.
Yeah, Napoleon playing gambling with him would be just sucky.
Yeah.
The way you said that, playing gambling.
Playing gambling with him, yeah. I mean, yeah, that seems like one guy I wouldn't be a fan of.
I don't think I'd hang out with him ever.
Uh,
He's kind of like the flamingo at the house party.
Napoleon's, yeah.
You just don't want to be around him.
What we maybe should talk about in this Conquerors and Explorers episode, but what Conquerors would you want to hang out with at a party? We kind of did, maybe. I can't even remember. So long ago. Edward Thorpe wrote Beat the Dealer, a book detailing the mathematical aspects of the game. He was also known as the father of card counting.
Mhm.
How about that for a nickname? That kind of goes card. That kind of goes card.
The father of
It
card
does.
counting? Is that what it was?
it does go card.
Father of card counting. Not as good as the Scourge of God
No, not even. close.
No.
Do you know
or
how
Charlemagne the God.
that too? Do you know how to count cards?
I do. But like
I have a rough idea.
I know like the details, the rules and everything of how you do it, what means what, but like actually doing it in person is difficult.
Oh, absolutely.
And when you mix a couple sodas in there, I can see why they tell you to order water with lime or tonic water with lime. Is that what they say? To make it look like you're drinking.
No idea.
So like card counters, and I know this because of the movie 21, which is 100% factual, they would go to the blackjack table and order a tonic water and lime so it looks like a beverage.
Alcoholic drink.
Yep. So then when they're looking at the eyes in the sky, the cameras, they think they're drinking.
Yeah.
And it's much more unsuspecting of card counters if it looks like you have a drink. But I do know how to count cards. I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
And when your stakes are $25 maximum, like anywhere in Minot, it's extremely difficult to do your variations of bets when you know a good card's coming because you can't make as much. You know, in Vegas, if it's a $500 maximum, you can up your bet a shit ton and then capitalize on it. But depending on who the dealer is, they rip those cards out there.
Yeah.
And you're like, +1, -1, -1, -1, neutral, -1, +1, -1. It's crazy.
No, I can't even think fast enough to look at my own cards in blackjack. And
Yeah.
there's
Well, and that's the hard
two of
part.
them.
If I was to stand over someone's shoulder and just count the cards, I would be way better at it. But having to also make the blackjack plays.
Mhm.
So when they say and they point the finger at you and you start panicking, and you're like, I'm still trying to figure out the count.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
can't tell them that.
Hey, could you hold on for a second? I'm cheating.
Hey,
little notepad down in the bottom.
hey, I see your name's Edward on your name tag there. What's the true count? And he's like, floor. And then the pit boss is over there escorting you out of the casino.
Pit boss.
The grill?
Is that what it is?
I think the floor guy's called the pit boss.
Oh.
Isn't it? The guy
all.
that walks around?
It's all news to me. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he's called the pit boss. So like when they call floor, the pit boss comes over and he's kind of in charge of all the dealers and everything. But yeah, I mean, you can ask people for the true count at the table. But there's a true count, and then there's just the count, which is like the true count is the whole count for the whole night through all the shoes, all the decks, everything.
Mhm.
And then just a regular count is like that specific shoe. But in the movie 21, which I recommend to everyone listening or watching this, really good movie. And they kind of explain how they bring in their teammates. So like magazine, they have, if the count is 16, they use the word magazine. So it's all these like, this number is this word. And then you'd walk in a conversation. So if I'm playing and Broden comes down and I need to tell him the count, I'd say, oh, I saw this thing in the magazine the other day. And then Broden would know, boom, count is 16. So that's how you count in teams.
That's above my cognitive ability.
Yeah. Well, that's why the people that were doing this were MIT students.
That makes
And
a
they
lot of
were
sense now.
Insanely smart.
Yeah.
I actually recommend everyone watch that movie. Actually, if you're a reader, you can read the book because I'm sure the book's better. I have the book. I haven't read it, but it sits on my shelf so people think I have.
It's good luck.
Yeah. And then it's on my wall. So like, oh my gosh, you really like that story. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm going to talk about it on the podcast.
Talk about it everywhere you go.
Here we are. But that's about all we got for episode 3 on gambling. That was a fun one. I feel like I talked a lot more than you guys.
Well, this is like your
addict.
passion. Like
Yeah.
instead of kids, you do gambling.
Well, don't like. Okay, you need to reword that.
Wait a
I'm not
second.
doing kids.
Oh shit! I didn't think
I'm not
about that.
doing kids.
No,
Instead of like being a teacher or a daycare. Yes.
Right. Instead of having like a real passion, you gamble.
Yes. And don't say that like I'm a degenerate gambler. I just enjoy
No.
Vegas.
No, I like to gamble.
Yeah.
I get a
Everyone
little
likes to
rush.
gamble.
I don't like lose my ass on it. I like to win a little bit, you know.
What's it called when you the serotonin? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah,
Yes.
serotonin boost. Yeah,
Yeah, you just feel good when you win. It's awesome.
and
But
you feel like shit when you lose.
yeah,
it's a horrible
Feel-
trade-off.
it is. It's so polarizing. But that's episode 3. Thank you guys for watching. Share this with a friend. We haven't said to do that in the first 2 episodes, but share this with a friend that you think might like this. It's really going to help us in the beginning.
Mhm.
Like, comment, subscribe. We want to read your comments in episode 4. Rate and review Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys got going on? I'm heading to Vegas, so
I'll be there with
I'll be
you.
there pretty much the whole month. But we're going to still rip these podcasts out because we take little breaks back in Minot and then we go back. So maybe we should have done the gambling episode after our Vegas trip. That's all right.
I
We'll
think
do
it's
another
better.
one. We'll do a
Yeah,
gambling. We'll do a gambling part 2.
We'll touch on it.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next Tuesday for episode 4.